Oh, what's going on, Philadelphia Eagles fans? It's your boy Philly Day One, and I got some stuff where Howie Roseman. I think we might be moving Cooper DeJean at the very least. If we got to play zone, like we want to play zone, at the very least, if Jaire Alexander don't work out, Cooper DeJean is going outside because we have a nickel who can tackle and cover in zone at a high level. So that makes us feel very good about putting Cooper DeJean outside. We know he can play outside. We have a safety. We do our best football when playing in some zone. We've been playing a lot of man, and I think it's been urgent that, we get somebody who can do the zone thing. So we got Michael Carter, and then we got Jaire Alexander. Howie Roseman talked today about Michael Carter being a very elite nickel. And he said Cooper DeJean can play a lot of positions. Meaning, I think what I took from that is Cooper DeJean can move outside. We know he can move outside. He plays outside in the base defense. But outside could be his permanent role if Jaire Alexander don't work out. So I'm not opposed to that. Cooper DeJean has shown he can cover. So with Michael Carter, I don't mind that at all. We play some zone. That way, the Kobe Dean ain't out there getting burned for long touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Not only him, you know what I'm saying? Shoot, Jahad Campbell. I don't want to act like I'm picking on the Kobe Dean because he came in and made this defense a little more tougher. But with him being there, or these linebackers covering these running backs, that's a mismatch. It don't really matter who you put on them. That's a mismatch. So we're going to play that. We're going to play that. We also got A.J. Brown. People are talking about how A.J. Brown is so selfish. He probably should get traded. Yada, 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 yada. Jason Avant, Philly slot, maybe the best Philly slot that we've ever had. Jason Avant breaks down why it's important for these wide receivers to get their numbers. You know what I'm saying? I think he breaks it down in the best way we can digest it. And we're going to watch that. We're going to watch that too. So very short video. So let's get it.
Yesterday, when Howie Roseman met with the media, I think he tipped his hand. Listen to Howie.
When you talk about Michael Carter, the guy has played at an elite level inside, so that gives you flexibility there. Incredibly sharp guy. Joe Casper coached him at Duke. He could play safety, which is really important. I think that we've always had that piece of a guy who could play nickel and also come into the game and play safety. Obviously, Coop, incredible player, and somebody who can play really anywhere in the secondary, so it gives you those matchups.
Okay, so Howie Roseman, in talking about Michael Carter, describes him as an elite level player inside, and then ends that clip with Cooper can play really anywhere on the defense. We have heard them say Cooper can play anywhere, but what we haven't heard them say is that we have anyone else that could step into the nickel cornerback position and play it anywhere near the level that Cooper DeJean was playing it. So to hear Howie talking about his trade acquisition playing elite level nickel corner, I think he's tipping his hand that that's exactly what they're going to do. And let me say this. I have not watched enough of Michael Carter II, but Cooper DeJean has been one of the best, if not the best, nickel corners in the NFL over the last year and a half. Michael Carter better be good.
There you have it. 97.5 to fantastic. Had Howie Roseman on audio, and where he talked about, Michael Carter being an elite inside corner. nickel, which he is. If you looked at the tape, the boy nice. He tackles. He gets off blocks. You could do the run in a nickel defense. And I know. Vic Fangio loved playing nickel. There's a couple times the people be in base situations and he be playing nickel. So I know he loved playing nickel. So if we could never come out of nickel, that'd be perfect for him. Perfect. Let's get into this A.J. Brown situation. A lot of people talking about he's so selfish. This is that. I believe A.J. Brown is very, very. I think he deserves this. Like for him to talk about not getting as many targets as he should. It ain't even so much about the targets, the efficiency of his targets. You know what I'm saying? I think that's justified because Jason Vunt breaks it down. I'm going to let Jason Vunt talk to you and let you hear what Jason Vunt got to say. That way you can put it in perspective for us so we can understand why this is such an issue for A.J. Brown.
Money, 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 money. All right, so that's so here. No, it's the truth. Here it is. So when Jalen Hurts goes out and wins, his value is based on that. It's not on stats, right? So when the team does well, Jalen Hurts gets paid his $220-something million. If A.J. Brown does not have stats along with winning, he gets cut and or restructured and or moved out. So there's this fine balance as a receiver that you want to win, but you also need production in order to continue your legacy, also to make your money. So, but Jalen's stats are not included in his deal. So it's a lot easier for a defensive end, a position that can control his own destiny, an offensive tackle who can control his own destiny, and then a receiver who's a secondary position who needs other groups in order to be successful. You guys talk like you are like the Angels, but the truth is if you were a tight end position, you would feel a little bit different. If you were a linebacker and you were contingent upon Saragusa of holding up two guys and you're Ray Lewis, when those guys weren't doing well, they went out and got Haloti Ngata, right? That's what happens. So when you're in a secondary position, you need multiple positions to get better. Now, with that being said, there's always a balance to this. When you're winning, it's never the time to let everyone know of your unhappiness. Frustrations. It's never the time in a team sport. But you can go to the offensive coordinator and say, hey, listen, I want to be more involved. But here's the thing. When A.J. Brown touches the ball a bunch, we do well. So he's not wrong when he's saying that. It's the way that he's going about it. You can't go and have 4 catches, 2 touchdowns, 121 yards, and then talk about, you're using me when they want to use me type of stuff. You can't do that. You can't do that because what you're saying to me, we win, you're mad, you ball, you're mad. I can't please you at that point. So Howie has to go in the locker room and have these conversations with him that, dude, when can we make you happy? You balled this week, you weren't happy. You didn't ball last week, we've still won, you weren't happy. What can I do to make you happy? Because now it's more than just football. It must be something that's going on with relationships. And so that's what I think what's going on with AJ.
That kind of tells it all. So, yeah, Jalen Hurts is fine with winning. His legacy is going to be made off of winning. But as a wide receiver, if you've ever seen some of the wide receivers, I'm gonna use Jerry Rice to the Randy Mosses and T.O.s. If you look at them, it's their numbers. The eye test don't work when it comes to wide receivers because for them, it's numbers. I feel like Randy Moss is the best wide receiver we've ever seen play the game. But because Jerry Rice played in the league 20 years, I think Randy Moss played 12. He played 20 years. And he did it consistently. I'm not taking nothing from him. He did it consistently. 1,000-yard season consistently. Those numbers will never be touched by another wide receiver because wide receivers don't play 20 years. It's amazing in the fact that he's able to play that long as a wideout. Not only did he play that long, he was productive that long. But if you look at the architect of Randy Moss to Jerry Rice, there really ain't what we talking about. There's nothing really to talk about. You can debate it with T.O. and Randy Mike and Jerry Rice, but the debate with Randy Moss, just eye test, you know, taking the numbers out is something you very much can do, Shannon Sharp. But just the eye test, you know, there's no receiver ever like Randy Moss. So, yeah. But nobody's going to talk about that when it's time to get your gold jacket. Nobody's going to talk about that when it's time to get your All-Pro. So he needs these. He needs these for his legacy. Nobody would never know how good A.J. Brown is if he don't get his numbers. So, yes, he's frustrated. He's frustrated. So the times you got to throw the ball to me, which is maybe 5-6 times a game, you need to be on point. You need to be on point. And he said that he makes conversations uncomfortable. And he'll be that dude if he got to do that. If he got to make the room uncomfortable for them to be better, he'll do that. So I think he's comfortable with that idea. I'm comfortable with the idea. You know what I'm saying? Like Devontae Smith could have been very, very mad about him. That move he did against the Giants where he dropped the dude, made him touch earth, and he still didn't get the ball. Like Jalen Hurts threw it to a more contested receiver. Devontae Smith was wide open. And Jalen Hurts decided to go to Jahad Dotson. We scored on it, so we happy about it. You think people gonna forget that because he didn't get the ball? They gonna forget that Devontae Smith did somebody like that because he didn't get the ball. It ain't gonna show on tape. It don't help his All-Pro nod. And we know that he wants an All-Pro. He deserves an All-Pro, but the way seasons have gone, last year he didn't even get 1,000 yards. So, you know, it affects them in a way. I know us as fans don't too much care for it because we winning. I don't too much care for it. We winning. You know what I'm saying? So that's all I got, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Turn those post notifications on so you don't miss no video. And we out. Let's go Birds.